These aren't just spare change. They're rare collectibles with incredible value and fascinating stories. From minting errors to low mintage years, the most sought-after 20-cent coins have shocked collectors with sky-high auction prices. In this video, we're diving into the top 5 most valuable and rare Singapore 20-cent coins that could turn your everyday coin into a small fortune. Watch closely, you might just discover treasure in your own pocket. What if I told you that a single 1980 Singapore 20-cent coin, with a rare mint error, has the power to turn everyday collectors into overnight millionaires? We're diving deep into the secret world of numismatic anomalies, errors so rare, so baffling, they defy expectations and drive collectors into bidding wars worth thousands, even millions of dollars. The mystery of the 1980 error coins. Off-center strike. A 10% off-center may only be worth $50 to $100, but a 50 to 90% off-center strike could fetch $500 to $1,500, depending on the coin's grade. Double strike errors. Coins with a well-separated second strike can go from $800 to $3,000 at auction. Broad strike errors. Coin in mint condition could sell for $300 to $1,000 plus. Die clash arrow. Value up to $2,000 to $5,000. Wrong planchet errors. $50,000 to $500,000 plus depending on auction hype. And in some unconfirmed rumors among elite collectors, whispers of a Singapore 20-cent struck on a silver or US quarter planchet. That coin, if found and authenticated, could become a multi-million-dollar showpiece. Auction sales price. Let's look at some real-world examples where these error coins have made headlines. Sales. 1980 20C off-center, 40%. 58 Australian dollars grade. Sold for SGD $1,200 in a private Singapore-based coin auction in 2021. 1980 20C broad strike error, NGC MS64. Estimated at $2,000, sold to a collector in Japan. 1980 20C double strike with rotation, extremely rare. Sold for $3,400 in 2022 via Heritage Auctions Asia Numismatic Division. 1980 20C on foreign planchet, wrong metal. Rumored to have received a private offer of $750,000 from a museum in South Korea. Still under negotiation. These examples aren't fairy tales. They're real sales proving that even small change can flip your fortune. How to identify 1980 error Singapore 20-cent coin. Don't toss your coins just yet. It's time to play coin detective. Here's what to look for. Basic checklist. Misaligned design. Look for parts of the image being cut off or shifted. Double impressions. Shadows of letters or images overlapping the originals. No rims or strange edges. Broad strike errors appear flattened at the rim. Odd weight or sound. Coins on wrong planchets might weigh less/more or sound different when dropped. Mirror-like or unusual finish. Some errors come from proof-like dies used inappropriately. Get a magnifier, a precise coin scale, and compare your coin to normal specimens online. Better yet, get it graded by NGC or PCGS. A certified error coin skyrockets in value. Today's we're diving into the jaw-dropping world of the 1981 error Singapore 20-cent coin, a small piece of metal that's been turning heads in the coin-collecting world for years. Collectors from Singapore to the United States are racing to find these elusive pieces, and the prices they're willing to pay. Let's just say it's enough to change your life overnight. History of the Singapore 20-cent coin. After gaining full independence in 1965, Singapore began developing its own national currency system to replace the Malaya and British Borneo dollar. By 1967, the first official series of Singapore coins was issued under the Monetary Authority of Singapore, MAS, including denominations from 1 cent to $1. Errors found in 1981 20-cent coins. Off-center strike. Valued at $500 to $2,500, depending on degree of error and condition. Double die obverse. Value of $3,000 to $8,000. Struck on wrong planchet. Recent private offers have exceeded $10,000. Clipped planchet error. Valued at $300 to $1,000, large crescent-shaped clips possibly up to $3,500. Unconfirmed ultra-rare full strike, misalignment, over 80%. Experts speculate a specimen like this could reach $100,000 to over $1 million if authenticated and marketed properly. Auction sales records. The 1981 Singapore 20-cent coin. Standard circulation coins. These are widely available, with a mintage of 46,997,000. Their value typically ranges from 13 cents to $1.10 USD, depending on condition. Mint error coins. While specific auction records for 1981 20-cent error coins are scarce, mint errors in similar denominations and years have fetched higher prices. For instance, a 1961 20-cent coin with a partial collar error realized SG $100 at auction. This suggests that 1981 error coins, if authenticated, could command premiums. Identifying valuable 1981 20-cent coins. To determine if your 1981 20-cent coin holds significant value, check for mint errors. Look for anomalies such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors. These errors are rare and can increase a coin's value substantially. Assess coin condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint state, MS, condition are more valuable. Grading services like NGC or PCGS can provide official assessments. Identify proof editions. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish and are struck with special dies. The 1981 silver proof 20-cent coin is distinguishable by its high-quality finish and was only available in the commemorative set. Tips for collectors. Authentication. If you believe you possess a rare or error coin, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional service. Today, we're diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in Southeast Asian numismatic history, the mysterious, ultra-rare, jaw-droppingly valuable 1972-era Singapore 20-cent coin. That's right, this isn't a myth. A rare version of this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars, depending on its condition, error type, and historical relevance. Transitional production challenges. 1972 was a period of transition in minting facilities and coin standards in Singapore. The country had shifted some of its coin production abroad, like to the Royal Mint in the UK, resulting in occasional inconsistencies and errors. Aging dies and limited quality control led to a small number of coins being struck with errors, which we'll dive into shortly. The rare 1972 error varieties worth a fortune. Let's break down the most valuable error types discovered in 1972 Singapore 20-cent coins. If you find any of these, you might be looking at a 6, or even 7-figure payday. Off-center strike errors. Value. Minor off-center, 5 to 10% $150 to $300. Moderate, 15 to 25% $750 to $1,500. Major, 35% plus up to $10,000. Double strikes. Value. Typical double strike, $1,500 to $5,000. Dramatic double strike with misalignment, $10,000 plus. Wrong planchet error. Value. Wrong planchet, $5,000 to $20,000. Exotic mismatched planchet, e.g., foreign alloy or weight $50,000 plus. Mirror proof strike. Value. SMS/proof style 1972 20-cent, $15,000 to $50,000, possibly more if authenticated. Clipped planchet error. Value. Partial clip, $300 to $800. Full crescent clip, up to $3,000. Die cap and brockage errors. Value. Die cap error, $10,000 to $25,000. Brockage, $8,000 to $20,000 plus. Sales auction records. Let's get to the heart-pounding part. Actual sales of rare 1972 Singapore 20-cent coins. Though sales of these rare errors are extremely infrequent due to their scarcity, here are some notable examples. Double strike. 1972 20-cent sold via private auction, $7,800. Off-center strike. With visible date, sold for $4,250. Wrong planchet 1972 coin, estimated at over $35,000, with rumors of private offers nearing $100,000. Proof-like specimen 1972 coin, offered at auction starting bid of $40,000, reportedly went unsold but later sold in private deal exceeding $80,000. Unauthenticated rumored, 1972 20C struck on gold planchet, if verified, experts say this could fetch $250,000 to over $1 million at auction. How to identify a genuine 1972 error coin. Not all old coins are valuable, but here's how you can spot a jackpot-worthy coin. Steps for identification. Date check. Confirm it's a 1972 coin. Look at the reverse for the Bougainvillea and Singapore legend. Edge examination. Check for irregular shapes, clips, or flattened edges. Obverse clarity. Is there doubling, misalignment, missing elements? Weight and size. If it's heavier or lighter than standard 566G, it might be on the wrong planchet. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mind-blowing mysteries of the coin collecting universe, the 1982-era Singapore 20-cent coin, a coin that has stunned collectors, shocked historians, and skyrocketed in value over recent years. The Singapore 20-cent coin. In 1982, Singapore's economy was booming. Industrial expansion, maritime trade, and financial services were placing the island nation on the global map. As a result, the Singapore Mint was working overtime to keep up with coin demand. Errors in the 1982 Singapore 20-cent coin. Off-center strikes. Value. Minor off-center, 5 to 10% $150 to $300. Major off-center, 20% plus $1,000 to $3,000. Near 50% off-center with full date visible, $10,000 plus. Double strikes. Value. Light doubling, $200 to $500. Bold double strikes, $1,500 to $7,000. Wrong planchet errors. Value. On wrong planchet, $5,000 to $12,000. On foreign planchet, e.g., Philippine, Malaysian blanks $25,000 plus. Clipped planchet. Value. Small clip, $150 to $300. Large/multiple clips, $800 to $2,500. Die breaks and cuds. Value. Minor die breaks, $100 to $250. Full cuds, $1,000 to $5,000. Auction sales record 1982 Singapore 20 cents. Notable auction sales. 1982 20 cents, struck on wrong planchet, off metal error. Auction house, Heritage Auctions/eBay/ Singapore-based platforms. Sale price, up to $200 to $400 USD, depending on the error. Description. Coin was struck on a foreign planchet, typically a smaller or lighter metal blank intended for another denomination or country. 1982 20 cents. Broad strike or off-center error. Sale price, $100 to $250 USD. Details. Coin was not properly seated in the collar during striking, leading to an off-center appearance. 1982 20 cents. High-grade MS66 Plus or MS67. Grading service, PCGS or NGC. Sale price, $80 to $150 USD. Note, regular circulation coins rarely achieve MS67, so collectors pay premiums for such pristine examples. Important, these coins are valuable because of their error or exceptional condition. Not all 1982 coins are worth hundreds. How to identify a rare 1982 Singapore 20-cent coin. Obverse, portrait of President Yusof Ishak. Reverse, denomination, 20 cents. Date, 1982, floral wreath design, likely featuring the rose. Metal, cupronickel. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 21.36 millimeters. Edge, reeded. Error type. How to spot it. Value. Potential off metal strike. Weigh the coin. If it's significantly lighter/heavier than 5.67 g, it's suspicious. $200, $500 off. Center strike. Part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. $100, $250. Broad strike. Coin appears flattened and wider than normal. $100, $200. Double strike. You'll see overlapping images or a ghost. Second strike. $150, $300. Die clash or cut. Error. Raised blobs or misaligned ghost images due to die issues. $50, $200. Proof, like or SMS strike. Mirror-like finish and sharp details, possibly from an experimental strike. $100 plus, rare if confirmed. High MS grade, MS66, MS67, no scratches, lustrous surface, certified by PCGS/NGC. $80, $150. We're talking about the 1984 Singapore 10-cent coin. But not just any coin. This one contains an ultra-rare error that transforms a simple piece of nickel-plated treasure into something valued at hundreds, thousands, or even into the realm of millions of dollars. Underscore. That's right. A coin that originally had the power to buy you a snack from a vending machine could now pay for a new home, a luxury car, or your child's education, all because of a minting mistake. Underscore. Today, we're diving deep into the riveting, mysterious, and astonishing world of the 1984 era Singapore 10-cent coin. From its humble beginnings at the Singapore Mint to the shocking auction prices that have stunned the numismatic world. The birth of the 1984 Singapore 10-cent coin. The year was 1984, and Singapore was entering a phase of rapid modernization. While the rest of the world dealt with Cold War tensions and new wave music, Singapore's economy was booming, and so was its currency system. These coins were minted in nickel-plated steel, chosen for their durability and cost-effectiveness. The specifications of the 1984 Singapore 10-cent coin are as follows. Weight, 2.36 grams. Diameter, 18.5 millimeters. Edge, reeded. Composition, nickel-plated steel. Minted by, Singapore Mint. Known error in the 1984 10-cent coin. Off-center strikes. Value, $1,000 to $10,000 plus, depending on how dramatic the error. Double strike errors. Value, $5,000 to $20,000. Wrong planchet error. Value, $10,000 to $50,000 plus. Missing nickel plating error. Value, $500 to $5,000. Mirror-proof error in circulation strike. Value, $50,000 to $100,000 plus. Some believe fewer than 50 of the most valuable variants of the 1984 10-cent error coins exist today. Others estimate the number could be in the single digits for specific types, especially those struck on foreign planchets. Auction sales price. Over the past 2 decades, numismatists and collectors around the world have paid attention to these elusive Singaporean error coins, and the sales data has been jaw-dropping. Notable auction examples. 1984 10-cent off-center error, 70% strike. Sold at auction in Hong Kong, $8,750. Double struck 1984 10 cent with visible overlap. Privately sold to a collector in Japan, $12,000. Wrong planchet 1984 10 cent, on 1 cent bronze planchet. Believed to be one of only 2 known examples. Estimated private sale, over $55,000. Missing nickel plating, near mint state condition. Sold online through eBay Singapore, $2,350. Unconfirmed mirror-proof error in circulation. Rumored offer from private investor, $100,000 USD plus. Some rare coins from Singapore, when authenticated and graded by reputable services like NGC or PCGS, have even been known to enter international collections or museum exhibits, fetching up to 6 figures in closed-door private sales. How to identify 1984 error coin. If you're hoping to strike gold, or silver, in this case, with your 1984 10-cent coin, here's what to look for. Checklist of error.